me, Dovale. Good evening.
Good evening.
I've got some life here. We're struggling here. We've got 0 here. 1, 2, 3. Good evening.
Good evening.
It was a beautiful Sunday morning. 9:30. I'd driven all the way from Joburg to the Drakensberg to Arthur's Seat. Got up early, excited, paraglider on my back. We drove up in the cold morning mist. We got to the top. We could see for miles around. It's about my 150th flight. It's an orgasm that lasts an hour or two. I want it. Again. And so I laid my chute out on the ground, 13 meters of material with dental floss connecting me to my harness. And with everything ready, they said, go, go, go! And off I went. And I ran like crazy to the edge of nothing, because at the end was a cliff 590 meters beneath me. 0, straight off cliff. As my feet left the ground and the ground fell away, I fell into the harness as my glider flew beautifully above my head. The problem was my harness caught me in the groin where it shouldn't have. And the pain was so excruciating, I forgot about everything else, let go of my controls, and adjusted my harness. The mistake was my glider was now flying faster than me. When I looked down, my paraglider was underneath me, not 8 meters above me. And I fell. And I fell. And I fell 50 meters. I bounced off the rock. A little outcrop that was on the edge of the mountain. And then I flew again. All I remember as I was going down is, today's not a day that I want to die. But I had no control. I was trashed. As you can see, I had some serious marks on my body. My ribs were off from my rib cage. I still have holes. I still have holes in my thigh. And my paraglider flew in the great morning mist. The problem is my altivario that tells me you're going up, dude, go dude, or down, dude, was making the noise I didn't want to hear, because I was keep on going higher and higher. Now, I don't know if you've ever been close to death. I have a few times. When you're above the ground and have no control, you have to let go. Nothing you can do. And so I probably flew for about another 20 or 30 minutes. But as I started coming down, I realized I had a problem, because I'd landed on both my feet as I'd fallen and smashed both my heels, my thigh, my ribs, and I had to now stop at 40 kilometers an hour as I landed on the ground and fell. I had a lot of time to think about, have I lived? My belief system, we're part of God. I see you a part of that incredible being, energy, possibility. Are you living to that potential? So on your sheet, and so for you, what is your under potential? That number 1, my current potential, think about it, on a scale of 0 to 100, how much of your potential are you using each day? Be honest, be brutal, be radical. How much of your potential do you believe generally in your life you really are using? And put a score, put a mark somewhere between 0 and 100 there. What do you think? Are you living to 50, 60, 80? Are you arrogant to think you're doing 100?
No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry, no, I'm going to do it. I'll go down to 90.
My goal is to press your buttons and rattle your cage with love. So, I've taken, as you can see, I'm a little bit older than 21, and I've taken 6 hours of wisdom, more than 6 hours, but 60 years of life, and packaged it into 6 areas of your life, because you need it to have your life balanced. So this is a 6 CD set. It's a coaching set that I would normally sell out into the market for 3,000 Rand. I thought I'd give it to someone tonight. Who wants it? I'm giving away 3,000 Rand. If you use it, it's worth 100. Who wants it?
you.
So then do something. Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. So here's my question. Why didn't you get up? You had the potential. Colin, why didn't you get up?
Because I've already got the whole set.
But it's a very serious question. I have people coming from the back of the room. The people in the front, they wait, or they come right up and they're waiting for life to give it to them. And that's why I made you take it. Most of us are waiting for permission to step up and be awesome. And so my real question for you is, if you have 3 spots underneath your potential, is why didn't you step up? What are you worried about? What is it that holds you back? I used to sell Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and I love power. I love big horsepower, like 3,000 horsepower. But imagine having this fancy car, but you've got the handbrake on. You have so much potential, but you're not going anywhere. I was in Cape Town. I was a bit of a breaker in those days. I bought myself a 380 SEC. The coupe, silver, V8. And I was flying in Cape Town with my buddies off Lion's Head in that area there. And you know, paragliding guys are like, they're surfers. They've been on the edge of nothing. They don't have a huge amount of it. So I'm down in Cape Town with my Mercedes. I'm the man from Cape Town. Check me. So we go flying, we come up, we pack everything, I climb into my car, but now everybody's standing around checking the car. Wow. And so now I'm going to be a wind, I can pull off. And so if I do, and I'm off, I go down the road. But the car's not going like it should, because I was trying to wheelie, I was trying to really show off, but I couldn't get it to go. And then I started smelling something burning. If you know a 380 SEC, the handbrake isn't here, the handbrake is over here. And I forgot. And so here I had this thinking that was keeping me from using the full potential of my car. We are no different. With our thinking that holds us back. So what is it? Make a note in one of those blocks, a minimum. What's one thing that you are using to hold yourself back? So many people are worried about what other people are going to say. She's got up first. I can't seem greedy. I can't take it. I've been taught to wait. Life's not going to come and give it to you. You have to step up into life. Please, will everybody stand? And 1, 2, 3, 4. It might seem crazy. There were some guys like really in for it. There were other oaks like, Steph, like, no, I'm cool. How hard did you dance to that song? Between 0 and 100. How much of your potential to celebrate and enjoy did you use? Write it, I'm not asking you to write it on that scale across the top there. On the scale of 0 to 100, how much of your potential did you use to dance? So here's my challenge for you. Can you change yesterday?
No.
Can you change tomorrow?
Yep. Yes.
Make me a billionaire quickly tomorrow? Go. You can't. You can influence tomorrow's potential. If I want to be fishing in Mozambique tomorrow, I better be driving there today. But the only place you have any power is where?
Now.
No. Only now. Change. I had a flood at my house today for 4 hours. Change it? Can't. The only place you have power is this instant, right now. Are you using my time? Are you running baggage? Are you using your potential? Are you managing your mindset? Are you really, really running your car at the fullest possibility? Because here's the reality. Is how you did that dance is how you approach life. We run by habit. We run by programs. Are you dancing to the juice of life, or do you have to nearly die like me if you dance to wake up? Because when I had my paraglider crash, I had to take out this warranty card in the back of my pocket that said, living forever, invincible. And I realized I could die. I was blessed to have my best friend's father die in my arms. It was a wake-up. It's only when you lose, or close to lose, that you truly appreciate the gift you have.
I wanna be a billionaire, so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had.
Where are you? And I've given you these dials. On a scale of 0 to 100, where is your health? Because you can have lots of money and no health. Who wants that? Lots of money and no health. Who wants lots of health and no money? You can have lots of health and lots of money and no love. So just quickly, scan yourself. Where are you on your health? Where's your health score? I've just lost 16 kilos today. I woke up, I got it full enough to say, time. And it's only when the pain is big enough will you absolutely stare down your baggage and your habits. Is your health where you want it to be? Is your wealth where you want it to be? Because we're creatures of habit. If you stopped earning cash tomorrow, how long before you run out of money? Think about it. If you stopped earning tomorrow, how long before you're out of cash? And if you're going to live to 100. What's the oldest person you know alive today? Anybody oldest person you know alive? In my workshops I get average, 97, 98, 102. How are you going to fund from 60 or 50 to 100? Is your wealth where you want it to be? Are you happy because of stuff you've got? Or are you happy to just be happy because? Happiness is a choice, it's not a consequence. It's a consequence if you're unconscious and reactive. But are you using your full potential for happiness? What's going to happen for you right now? To be truly happy, grateful. We live in this room, 5% of quality of life on the planet. Top 5% of quality of life on humanity. We're grateful. We're using our potential to bring that freedom, love, abundance, peace, and joy. Do you have enough love? Neil Donald Walsh says, if you want love, be the source of it. If you want peace, be the source of it. I study all of these off-the-wall things, and one of the things that I've got from my research is when you die and you go down the tunnel, typically you'll meet your avatar, whoever that is, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, whatever it is. But you'll be asked 3 questions. Number 1, before you go through, how much wisdom did you gain in this dance called life? 2, how much love did you bring? And 3, are you ready to receive back what you perpetrated on others? Not as a punishment, as a wake-up. Are you dancing lightly on the souls of others? How are you showing up in the world? Consciously or unconsciously? Do you have peace, or how many pieces do you want? You know, when I was young, 21, I wanted a Ferrari, and I used to sell Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and I thought having the stuff was the goal. 21, I owned more than my family, my girlfriend's family, and like others together. I've always been a high achiever, chasing. But I got it. I got the convertible, I got the money, I got the house. 12 to 14 weeks, it's just another car. I discovered it's not the means, the car, the house, it's the ends. How do I feel? And so for me, the chase to be, do, and have so much came to the dance of, am I dancing lightly? Am I living up to my potential of bringing love? And am I gaining wisdom every day? Because I don't have to do or be anything for my life, except bring the light. So what is success for you today? What are you chasing? What's chasing you? You know, we joke with people with insurance policies. Who's got insurance policies? Play a little game. Take your monthly insurance and double it. Let's choose a number. Let's just say 5,000. I'll double it. So it becomes 10,000. Add 2 noughts. So add 2 noughts to your insurance. Got a number? So 10,000 becomes 1 million. That's what a person's going to spend in 10 years defending their stuff. You know, the material stuff. And what are you going to have in your hand at the end of 10 years?
Nothing.
Nothing. Now, you'll have your stuff maybe, But you've spent $1 million. What have you got in your hands for it? Nothing. Are you investing an equal or better amount in yourself to ensure that you use your full potential? Many people are not. So in my research, I do research about where you're going to be in your life. Who would like to know their future? Can I show you your future? If you're part of the norm? By the time you're 65, Western research, insurance company says, 49% of people will be poverty, 29% will be dead, in South Africa maybe a little higher, 12% will have to continue working. Nothing worse than seeing an 80. We were in Las Vegas, my business partner and I, and we were having a drink, and this little old lady, man, she must have been 75, came up in a bunny suit. The suit was so wrinkled everywhere. But I thought, to have to lose your dignity, to have to work in a bar, in a bunny suit at that age, not something I want for me.
Couldn't imagine you in bunny suit.
Especially, but now once I've lost, I can. 7% will be okay, and 3% will be successful. Whatever success is for you, if it's be, do, and have. We know that life has momentum, and you have potential. But if you aim your life where it is going now, based on the money you have in the bank, based on the revenue you're generating, based on what you've done for the last 2 or 3 years, where are you going to be on that scale? At 60, 70, 80? You have the potential to be at the top, but will you? Because here's your problem. Do you know the story of the boiled frog? You take a frog, put it in water, heat it up, you do it slowly. It says, I'll be reasonable, I'll adjust, I'll accommodate, and one day you die. You need somebody that wakes you up, somebody that rattles your cage, or nearly die. Because the challenge in the world is the standards have raised. Who's the guy that ran the 4-minute mile? First guy to run the 4-minute mile? No. His coach. His coach ran it in his head. He had the belief in the possibility, and he got Roger to believe and eventually achieve it. In those days, it was a complete impossibility, medical, scientific. Today's school children of 17 are breaking that record. You got to step up and develop yourself to your fullest potential. And I put the man for the men for the ladies, because I knew we have some ladies here tonight. So where are you? Are you developed? Have you developed your full potential? Are you this Ferrari with a handbrake on the whole time? Or are you happy to be average? Because I know from research, average is dog food.
Yep.
When I was a Boy Scout a long time ago, Hillbrow was a white village. We used to collect food from the supermarkets and take it to the old ladies because they were living in the flats in Hillbrow. It was cheapest. They were having a half a ton of cat food for dinner and half a ton of cat food for breakfast because that's all they could afford. Average is not a place you want to be. Are you where you want to be? Are you using your potential? So we know from the world of work that skill sets are so important. Who would you choose? The right mindset, but not all the skill set? Or the right skill set, but not the right mindset? What's for you? Who would you choose? A or B?
A.
Who wants B? 96% of managers want A. Do you have the mindset that will get you to your goals, to your dreams, to be in the top 1%? Are you the best in the world at what you do? Do you put in the time, the effort, the commitment, the training? The 10,000 hours? You see, I'm a techno, and when I was part of IBM, I had a meeting with a guy in 1990, and he said, in the year 2000, 50% of the jobs we're going to do, we haven't invented yet. I couldn't grasp what he said. 50% of the jobs we're going to be doing, we haven't even imagined yet. That time is halving today. So who can predict what skill set we're going to need in the future? Guaranteed? 10 years time, anybody? None of us can, because it's changing so fast. But we do know what kind of mindset you're going to need. And that's going to be one that uses your full potential. And to that end, I've spent my time in development because I work in the personal development and the business development. And so we have a framework. I'll just take you through the framework. that is a proven and validated process on how you build a high-performance team. These are critical areas that are vital for anything. If you're going to have a high-performance team, you have to have high-performance people that are working to their full potential. In all of my online research, what I've found is 88% of all success is controlled by your mindset, by the emotional, by the inner, the invisible world. But do you know that you make decisions 7 seconds before your conscious brain knows about it? You seen the video? They put a scanner on the guy, and up to 7 seconds before he makes the conscious decision to say A or B, they can predict what he's going to say. And so our problem is we're trying to develop people here to get more results. Very few people go down to this level. Because if you're really going to change, you've got to change who you think you are, who you believe you are. Because that's the place where change happens. That's the place where you have your potential and your handbrake of, yes, I can, no, I can't. That's the vision of possibility for you. So tell me, somebody shout out, what's the goldfish saying? What's in the goldfish's head? Somebody shout out, what's the goldfish thinking, feeling?
Want more.
Want more. Bigger prize. I can do this. What else?
This water is hot.
This is hot.
Do
What the hell? Now for me the interesting thing is that all of these comments are positive. And it shows me that you come from a growth-oriented perspective. There are other people that say, what happens if I don't make it? What happens if I fail? And so those simple little things control completely the amount of potential that you will actually step up and risk. And so as a process for me, I'm saying we have to be consciously constructive, which means develop yourself every single day. 10, 15, 20 minutes. When I had my computer business, we trained people every day to have the right mindset. Who's got kids? I'm sure many of you got kids. Have you ever said to your kid, Johnny, you're so clever? You've given them approbation and appreciation for something they did? What happens the day they're not clever? Do you know they'll lie, steal, crook or cheat to be seen as clever? Because if they have that fear of not being validated, they'll do what it takes if they have a fixed mindset. If they have the growth or courageous mindset, and you say to them, we've got a puzzle, do you want a harder one or the same one? A fixed mindset person will say, no, give me the same one because I don't want to make a fool of myself. The growth guy will say, no, I love learning. Give me something new. And if you're going, and that's what part of the thing is, if you're going to step up, it means you've got to take action. You have to go against what the masses are going to think of you, and they're going to laugh at you maybe, or say stuff about you. But if you want to get to your dreams and use your full potential, you're going to have to go against that. We know from extensive research that this is the disease that inflicts most people. Who's seen an elephant at the circus? Do you think the elephant could break away if it wanted to? Why doesn't it? It's been trained. So have we. They take that fish, they put it into a big tank divided with glass. Favorite food on this side of the glass, the fish on this side. Nature being nature, it tries to go and get its food and smashes its snout 10, 20, 30 times. Eventually it runs a switch that says can't. Do you know they'll take the glass out, its favorite food will swim right around it, it will die. You are the same until somebody pushes. And that's my goal tonight, is to wake you up, shake you up, and get that resilience to bounce back. See, I don't believe that this motivation works. I really don't think it's got long term. You know, it works for a while, but it's like, it's hell on the stress of the system. It's not going to keep you in the zone. How often are you in the zone? Think about your week. If the red is like not so happy, the yellow is like minus, not too bad, the white is okay and the green is positive, where are you? And take your sheet. On your sheet I've drawn the thing there, so you can say on a Monday in the morning, I'll show you my example that I did here. So on a Monday morning most people go, oh God, it's work. Do I really have to? Oh, my boss. Oh, home time, yay! Oh God, it's work. And it's like, oh, it's nearly home time. Yay! Now then they come home, oh God, it's work, but it's nearly the week's nearly there. But now Wednesday something happens, and then maybe they get lucky watching TV or something. And so, where is your zone? What is your typical zone? Just draw a little thing on your graph quickly. Are you in the red zone most of the time? Are you in the yellow zone as a reactive process? Or are you the energizer bunny that's always in the green zone?
Yeah.
You know, some people get twitchy and bitchy about positivity, but if you want happiness, be the source of it. Where do you live? Are you reactive or are you response-able? And I know Colin for how many years now? But we've known him for how long? He's always 10 out of 10. I've never seen it out of the zone. And that's why I thought I'd play that one for you. If we can get it back again. How often are you in the zone? How often do you put yourself in the zone to use your full potential? Do you get yourself like Tony Robbins before the session? He goes in the back, you see him jumping and doing his things, rah, rah, rah. Or you worry about what people think you're going to think. I used to wake up to a standard song, shake to the shake, jump out of my bed, down the passage, my dog's barking. And then I got involved in life, and I wake up and I was like, oh my God, good morning. Good God, it's morning. Instead of good morning, God. But it takes a little shift, just a little shift, a consciousness shift. That the moment you wake up, that you turn on that, I'm here to use my full potential. So what did you do today? Because we know we're creatures of habit. What's one thing? Write down one thing. What did you do today to move yourself closer to using your full potential? Because this is a special room. We're not just average Okies here. We are special people. The fact that you're here, the fact that you do the work that you do, you're in the top 0.5% of humanity. But what did you do today?
Sorry, Oki.
And so my next thing is, what could you do? What could you have done? What's one little thing? Just one little thing that you can do every single day to consciously construct a stronger, more effective foundation for you. And so I've done my best to link songs to the different parts of the process. From my research, that we live in the top 2, 3, 4% of quality of life on the planet. Food, clothing, shelter, be, do, have, opportunity, possibility, potential. But most people look up and want more Ferrari, bigger house, more money, versus look down and see the 7 billion underneath us and say, wow, you know what, hey, I'm so lucky. I've got 10 fingers. I had this morning when I checked, 10 toes, I can walk, I can talk, I can see. Recently I had quite a stressful situation and I lost the use of my hands to the point where I couldn't brush my teeth, couldn't go to the loo, couldn't wipe my own butt, couldn't open milk. I was using plumber's pliers to open the milk. When you lose your health, you suddenly realize how important the stuff is that you have that is so automatic. Are you grateful? Are we joyful for what we have? You spoke about Nick Vujicic. I spoke on stage with Nick. He's got a guy around him 24/7 that wipes his bum, that does everything for him. What's that guy? Mitchell. The guy that crashed the plane. When I had my radio station, I spent time with him. He's got a beautiful mask. But when the lights go down and he's on his own, hard life. Hard life. We are so lucky. And I used this. You'll know the song. I wonder what you could be more grateful for. One thing, write one thing. What could you be more grateful for? I wonder what we could do if we just suddenly woke up and started to use all of our potential as a speaker group, as a facilitator group, in creating a new energy in our country. What's it going to take for us to do that? So what's one thing that we could do as a group? Think of one little thing, one little action that we could do that could start to change the dynamic and create that pay-it-forward ripple. What's one thing? Just get a picture in your head. You can write it down in the first block. But what's one thing that we could do, a little thing? Can you get a kind of thing? So, how do we completely stretch the bounds of possibility? I'm prepared to give away R1 million for the speaking. Until it's finished, I'm prepared to give $1 million worth of speaking gigs. Anybody want to play with that? Come play with me. If you can find a way to get it out into the world, into the market.
Sure. Yep.
I'm willing to do $1 million of time to go and speak wherever, just cover the travel cost. Because if we just start that by being the example, we become examples for others. So imagine that you use your full potential. Get a picture of you absolutely full. Let me tell you, when you're flying, you're 1,500 meters above the earth, and you're flying with the eagles looking at you like this, like, what the hell are you doing up here with us? It's orgasmic. There's nothing that I can explain to an hour and a half or 2 hours flight. I get that when I speak, I get that when I coach, I get that when I train, I do my team building. It feeds my soul. And it's not the money. The money is a byproduct of the process. What would happen if you used your full potential? What would that look like? And so, who would love a process that you could get to use more of your potential? A guaranteed process. So then here's how it's going to have to go. What's one thing you're prepared to commit to? Commit to do that. You know that if you should do, would do, could do that. If you did do, would change the use of your potential. One thing. I had a fight with my family, and I knew I needed to speak to them. I hadn't spoken to them for 8 years. Not a word. It was not a nice space. I knew I had to sort it out, but I didn't want to sort it out. What's one thing that you know that you could do, would do, should do? Please write it in there for you. I was at a workshop and I decided I'm going to speak to my family. It was a Sunday. I said by Friday lunchtime, 12 o'clock, I put in my date and my time. I will speak to one of my mother or my father from my family. And then I set up a process that guaranteed I took action, which we'll take you through. So what's the action? You need to write some kind of action that you know that if you did this, it would transform where you are, what you're doing, how you're showing up in the world. Something that will be life-changing for you. Okay, you've all written some kind of thing down. Number 2, choose a buddy to become your SEAL, your Success Insurance Accountability Leader. Choose somebody next to you here to be your buddy that's going to hold your accountability to do this action. Choose somebody that is going to love you enough. They're going to hold you to the fire. To say, you said you did, you're going to do this? Have you got a buddy? Choose whoever. You've got choices. So who's your buddy? Get a buddy. Right, this is the most important component of the process. I have 7 minutes, so let's focus. This is the most important component of the process. Choose an asset that you own free and clear. A car, a house, a ring, something that you own free and clear. Mine was my disco, 250,000 rands of value. Choose something you might have, something of value, something movable, and that you put that in your action insurance asset block. So write it down, whatever it's going to be, whatever it is. Maybe it's your car if it's paid for, a house, engagement ring, diamond ring, shares, amount of money, 20, 30, 50, 100 grand. Something that bites, something that you value. So you should have an action and a date and an asset. So grab your buddy's, grab your SEAL's hand, and here's how it goes. By that date and time, I will have phoned my parents. If I have not, I will give you my asset. Do we have a deal that will hold me accountable? If you're serious about taking action. please create your contract with your buddy. And let your buddy sign on the bottom there with you. Get your buddy to sign that they will hold you 100%. There's a feeling that has to go with this decision, and the feeling is whoopah. Because let me tell you, if you take this action, you will find incredible stuff will happen beyond your belief of possibility. So grab your partner's hand, please stand up, and one more time, give him a handshake, and give him a 1, 2, 3, whoopah!
Oh, let's hold it here.
Please stand up one more time. I have a free CD for somebody. Give two buddies a high five. Grab a seat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I have a CD for everybody. I have a Revolutionary Workplace CD for everybody. Thanks for your Thank you for your time.
There's something very, very special. Tony, is the quality of giving and sharing. Tony is the epitome of someone who gives and shares. He stands for what we stand for. Tony leads not only because of position, but he leads also because of ratification. And he's not just ratified through experience, he's not just ratified through the words that he uses. Tony's ratified in our heart and our minds. Tony, thank you for your time. Thank you for your generosity of this group. Really, this was a fantastic presentation. You've all done so much. I thank you so much.